Good morning. I am Tristan Josh A. Ramos from YA1 College of Maritime Transportation, and I'm going to explain the importance and give you some knowledge about the safety equipments on board. Let's get started. Here are the topics that I'm going to cover in this video: breathing apparatus, resuscitator, and rescue and escape equipment. So what is a breathing apparatus? Breathing apparatus is provided to help you safely evacuate a confined space if the gas monitoring equipment indicates a problem with the atmosphere. It will also help sustain life if you get in difficulties in confined space until you can be rescued by emergency services. Breathing apparatus has three types, namely the emergency escape, the self-contained, and the airline's breathing apparatus. An emergency escape breathing device are self-contained compressed air apparatuses which supply the crew with breathable oxygen to help them safely escape from contamination area on a ship. A self-contained breathing apparatus is a type of respirator that contains breathable compressed air. They are used by firefighters and by others who may working in areas filled with smoke, toxic gas, or contamination that immediately dangerous to your body. An airline breathing apparatus is typically used for applications which demand longer durations of air supply and to reduce fatigue from carrying self-contained breathing apparatus. Okay, let's move on to resuscitator. A resuscitator is a device using positive pressure to inflate the lungs of the unconscious person who is not breathing in order to keep them oxygenated. It also has three types, namely the manual, gas-powered, and oxygen-powered resuscitator. The manual resuscitation is a form of artificial respiration that uses a breathing bag to assist a patient with breathing. It is usually used when the lungs are not functioning properly. The breathing bag is filled with oxygen and is squeezed by hand by a doctor, nurse, or respiratory therapist. The LSP portable resuscitator is a fast, simple, and effective system to resuscitate a non-breathing patient while performing CPR, or to provide 100% oxygen to a breathing patient on demand with minimal inspiratory effort. Gas-powered resuscitator are driven by pressurized gas delivered to a regulator. The resuscitator are powered with 50 psi oxygen source and connected to a standard 15 and 22 mm breathing circuit fitting to a face and a mask. Here are some of the rescue and escape equipments: lifeboats, life rafts and inflatable buoyants, apparatus, rescue boats and life preserver or personal flotation device, ring life buoys, survival suit, distress signals, rocket parachutes, flare test, self-contained breathing apparatus, communication systems, emergency position indicating radio, beacons. A personal protective equipment, often known as safety equipment, is meant to protect workers against health and safety hazards on the job. Workers can reduce the number of preventable incidents that occur on job sites each year by wearing the necessary safety equipments. All facilities should have emergency, escape, and rescue plan in place with the goal of ensuring employee safety in events of an emergency. The following advice is intended for offshore facilities which are typically quite congested, although it can also be used onshore to construct a similar design.